Now, Elon Musk changed the Twitter bird into the horrible letter X, and a lot of people don't like it. But I think I know why he did it. Now, first and foremost, he already talked about doing X the Everything app, so the rebranding was definitely set in stone. But notice that Facebook also rebranded itself into Meta, and it didn't change the logo, it didn't change the actual name. I mean, you can still call it Meta, but you can also call it Facebook. So why did Elon Musk do this? What I think, it is what other people think, is that it wants to take all the oxygen away from Threads. You see, most apps have the honeymoon where people get to talk about them, people get to go and join the website. Usually, if you start something new, like let's say if Trump would start a new social media website, a couple of days, if not weeks, you would have a huge number of people going there. And they need to keep on the trend up until it gets to a certain point where you get organic growth. Now, in order for that to happen, the media needs to constantly talk about it and remind people, hey, like this thing exists, so this thing is popular, right? So by doing the X is Everything app, he's making the media talk about Twitter now. Because a lot of people are discussing about it and how they don't like it, and now there's articles about it. So, like, it reminds people, hey, you're leaving Threads? Oh, like, Twitter still exists, right? In the mind of the person, the subconscious, it makes that connection. Now, I do understand that Meta is doing really poorly with Threads right now. Like the website is definitely dying. There's obviously nothing compared to... there's no advantage in Threads compared to Twitter. The censorship is worse. They don't have any not safe for work. And, you may say, like, who cares about not safe for work? The artists have, like, tens, if not hundreds of millions of subscribers. Like, there are famous artists that draw hentai, some of them furries, some of them anime, it doesn't really matter, but they have, like, millions of subscribers and people willing to donate. So, like, you already isolated that community. Like, they have absolutely no reason to go to Threads. The political commentators have no reason to go to Threads because the censorship is run amok. So, like, literally, there's no reason. And not only that, but it's pretty much like a spyware from what I understand. Like, they harvest all the data. If you want to shut down your Threads account, it asks you to shut down your Imgur account. Like, just no reason to go there, especially when people have farmed so many followers on Twitter. Like, you spend years in order to build up the network and the followers that you have. They're, like, going to something else, even if you're upset on Elon Musk. There's really no point, as I mentioned before. But take into account that Elon couldn't possibly know this, right? So the way that he probably decided this was months before, because you don't just rebrand the site in one day. Like, there's paperwork that needs to be filed. You need to make sure that the coding is up to par, so on and so forth. Like, this decision was definitely taken months before. And I assume, like, when Threads was announced, he said, like, all right, well, how can we tackle this? Like, the first thing is the lawsuit. And the second thing is this, right? Like, starve it out of oxygen, remove all the conversation about it, make sure that every newspaper talks about us instead. The lawsuit is also hilarious because a lot of journalists are writing about it and they're very salty and they're saying, oh, so like Elon Musk said he doesn't need these people, and now that these people are going to Meta and they're building Twitter again, Elon Musk is upset. And it's like, yes, there is such a thing called corporate trade secrets. Like, the people that Elon fired aren't necessarily the ones that built Twitter. When you're at a company, you are privy to stuff that's already there. So you can take it on a USB drive, right? You can take lines of code and then, like, go to another company and use it there. That's usually illegal because there's many contracts that protect the company from workers doing that. And, now that Elon is suing, journalists are very upset. So anyway, like, the whole X thing, it looks ugly. And I think it's ugly by design. Like it's not cool or anything. It's just there to annoy people and to generate controversy. Now, I do believe that initially it may actually be positive because, like, everyone is talking about the X thing. But long term, this is horrible. Like, it looks like shit. Calling it, instead of, like, using the same thing that is ingrained in people's mind, like it was a popular brand. It's like Twitter, you're tweeting, right? Like all these things. how are they going to call it now? Like Xing your X? It's not going to stick. And people are still going to use Twitter, I believe. People are still going to say tweeting. But this, on the long term, may actually harm the platform rather than help it. So as you can see, Elon Musk teased the rebranding on Sunday with the new logo. It's an exceptionally rare thing in life or business that you get a second chance to make another big impression. X Corporation CEO shared in a thread on X, former Twitter. Twitter made one massive impression and changed the way we communicate. Now X will go further, transforming the global town square. Twitter's makeover comes less than a year after Musk completed his $44 billion acquisition. Right, so he used this on the headquarters. The use of the letter X is a recurring theme in Elon Musk's company. Before there was PayPal, there was X.com. A domain that now redirects to Twitter.com. This, by the way, might actually be good because, like, instead of just using Twitter, you put X.com and it's a lot easier. Additional, Tesla's first electric luxury SUV was named Model X. Musk's aerospace company SpaceX also features the letter. Meanwhile, Twitter faces more competition for user screen time from a new offering such as Spill and Meta's Threads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're trying to shill this really hard, but why is Yahoo lying like this? When was this made? This was made on July 25th. This is made today. Dude, Threads is dying. Like, it's losing people like no tomorrow. I think it already lost more than 25% of its user, but what are you talking growing at a rapid pace? Maybe if you're like from back in time, like if you just use the time machine to go 1 month into the future, maybe, you know, like if you're coming from June, you may consider that Thread is going at a rapid pace, but no, it's not. I think it's a sign of desperation. There's not a lot to talk about it other than the things that are going so well, be it the launch of Threads, the launch of Spill. Yeah, I mean, I do think that when he first heard about Threads, he may have done it as a sign of desperation, but looking back now, he probably regrets the decision because there was no need for it. There are some business reasons why change may make sense for the company, such as moving closer to Musk's goal of creating a super app and marking a shift for the company after a volatile year of layoffs. Yeah, the thing is, like, he could have moved to X the Everything app, but not necessarily changed the name of Twitter. Like, he could have kept Twitter and just add... Like, what he wants to do is to allow people to do payment transactions, like have a PayPal that would be like Twitter. I mean, that would be amazing, especially if it can have, like, different terms of service. He wants people to do live streaming. He wants people to do YouTube videos. And it's kind of like WeChat, right? So that makes sense. Still, the rebranding now... I do tie it to Threads. I do think that a couple of months ago he viewed Threads as a problem, but the problem fixed itself. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.